Om Namah Shivaya. My dear blessed spiritual aspirants, today we are will be trying to discuss on the Lord Shiva is one of the great God whom is worshipped by thousands of lakhs of millions of people in India especially and also in the other parts of the globe. Is known to be is very dear to many people because of his simplicity, because of his generous heart, and is called as Bole Shankara, means whoever the devotee, whatever the desire may be, when he prays for him, he bestows, he fulfills his desires, he fulfills his wishes, he fulfills his prayers. That's why many people or even the sages say that if you want to easily realize God, if you want to easily fulfill your prayers, wishes, worship Lord Shiva. On this coming Tuesday, there is a Mahashivratri. It is a special day. Whoever worships Lord Shiva, or whoever wants to, or whoever wishes to worship Lord Shiva, for all of them, that is the blessed day. So, as a result, in this connection, I thought I shall discuss the philosophical aspect on Shiva. Who is Shiva? Understanding Shiva is very, very important. Before going into our main topic, the question may come to many spiritual aspirants or the thinkers, why should we understand the God at all? I should understand myself so that I'll be able to handle the situations, I'll be able to handle the people. For an example, if I know my strength and if I know my weakness, I'll be able to handle the situations in a better way. I'll be able to handle the situations and people in a better way. Just like knowing me, even if I know maybe my family members or my colleagues or my superiors in working place, in a professional place, and neighbors, if I know them, if I know their nature, I'll be able to handle them in a careful way. Or I will not have much of collisions with them. I will not have any exchange of hot thoughts or wrong thoughts or so on and so forth. Now, why should I understand God at all? What is the use of it? By understanding God, who is He, what do I going to get it? What do I am going to get it? This question may come in many of our minds. Of course, it is obvious. Swami Vivekananda tells beautifully in one of his lectures, just like understanding me, how it improves my quality of life, similarly, understanding God also improves my perception towards God as well as my life too. When I make this statement, and when you people hear this statement, you may feel, how is it so? By understanding who is God, by understanding what is God, how is it going to improve in my life, my qualitative life? Probably we shall see the historical portion, historical aspect of evolution of concept of God in human civilization. If you see any civilization, Aryan civilization, or Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization, or Indian civilization, Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, Greek civilization, Roman civilization, Mayan civilization, all the ancient civilizations, if you see, the primitive man or the primitive human beings, the people who belong to Stone Age, they used to worship the God in the form of natural forces. Even if you see in the Vedic literature, we find that. We used to worship the fire as a god. We used to worship the wind or air as a god. We used to worship the thunders as a god. And we used to worship the rain as a god. So all the natural forces we used to worship as a god. Slowly, then tribal gods came into existence. For my tribe, I have got a god. And for your tribe, you have got your God. And when we fight each other, whoever wins, his God will be supreme. And all other people have to accept my God. So there is to be a lot of conflicts between the tribal gods according to the tribal people. So whosoever tribal god is powerful, his tribe will be winning in the war. That's what their concept. So they used to worship using the natural resources available, fruits or vegetables or roots or maybe meat or whatever so. Then slowly, when the human being thinking got evolved, his intellectual understanding got evolved, he said, oh, God is omniscient. God is omnipresent. God is omnipotent. He doesn't have desires. He doesn't have the weakness like we have. In the primitive, they used to, even the tribal gods used to quarrel each other. That's what the primitive people used to think sometimes. The god is, angry, that's why there's a thunder or lightning. But when the evolution has happened, then we understood that God is free from all this weakness, human weakness. He is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. And where does he live? He lives in the heaven. He lives in the Kailas. He lives in the Vaikuntha. Means he lives in the above worlds basically. He's far from us. He's the creator. Then he's the sustainer and he's the destroyer. This evolution of idea of concept of God also came into existence. And he continuously he see and he judges the people's good actions and bad actions according to it. When he has performed a good actions, you will be thrown into heaven, and a person has done more wicked actions, wrong actions, bad actions, then you'll be thrown into hell. So if you take shelter at him, then you will be survived. That's what we see in Semitic religions. So that you will be going into the heaven. Then afterwards, people started thinking, the God is there always in the above world, is it? Is it that? So when God is there everywhere, how can I say God exists only under some above worlds? Why not here? Or why not next to me? So such type of evolution of thinking started in a human being. And they said, oh, God is very near to me. God is very near to me. Though he may be living in some different worlds, say the above worlds, but he can exist anywhere and he can be seen in anywhere, in any place, and is the nearest person for me. Is the nearest and dearest person for me. That's how it became. And I have the image of God, I have come from the God, I am evolved from the God. That's how the evolution of the concept of God happened. Then afterwards, the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, said that, my dear, it is a delusion or it is an ignorance to think that I am separate from the God. Before that, the qualified monism said that I am the part of the God. Amsha Amshi Bhava, they say. I am the part of the God. God has made human being from himself. So I'm the part of the God. People started telling that. So earlier in the Semitic religions, if you've seen the dualistic philosophy, God is in the above worlds, in the heaven, Kailas, Vaikuntha, so on and so forth. Afterwards, the evolution takes place. Then they said that we are the part and parcel of the God. We are the part of the God. Then slowly, when we reached Advaitic philosophy, the non-dualistic philosophy, they said that, Advaita philosophy says that I am the God. I am the God in the sense, the nature of the God is Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss absolute, and my nature is also existence, consciousness, bliss absolute in reality. That is my inherent nature, and that is the inherent nature of the God. So both we are one and the same. See, that's where we reached. From the primitive people, where they were worshipping as a nature or nature forces as a god. It started from there and it ended with that I and God both are one and the same essentially, potentially. So there are so many strands of ideas. There are so many shades of ideas and thoughts regarding the concept of God. And when the man is more and more evolved, is more and more cultured, his thoughts have been more and more refined, his concept of God also got refined. So that's why concept of himself or concept of God or concept of world also gets better when a human being, when his thoughts, when his thinking gets evolved, it gets refined. So that is the reason understanding who is God is very, very important. And when I say we would like to understand Shiva, the Lord Shiva, immediately it comes into our picture is the mythological picture on the Lord Shiva. What is that? He's having the matted hair, and Mother Ganges is there as a Ganga Devi. He was wearing some Rudraksha beads. He's had a trident, that is Trishul, and Damaruga is there, and he's having a lion skin, and he's cross-legged, sitting in the meditative posture. This is what it comes into our picture. Or he lives in the cremation ground. He applies ash on his body. A lot of ghosts are his companions. Ghosts are spirits, deadly spirits are his companions. And maybe ox also is, of course, is his vehicle. That's what we get this picture because of mythology, Indian mythology. Of course, it is very rich, no doubt. But in reality, who is Shiva means beautifully. There is a Vedic mantra, Sa Brahma, Sa Shivaha, Sa Arihi, Saha Indraha, Saha Aksharaha, Paramaswarat. Who is the God? Who is this Almighty? Oh, he is Brahma, who is the creator of the universe. He is the Shiva, who is the dissolver of the universe. He is Arihi, he is the sustainer of the universe. Saha Indra is the lords of gods and goddesses, small g. Saha Akshara is imperishable, Paramaswarat, and is supreme in the universe. So who is Shiva means we can get very clearly here. Who is the Lord means Lord is appearing or is manifested as sometimes as Brahman, sometimes as Shiva, sometimes as Hari, sometimes as Indra, and so many deities. And his Akshara is imperishable, and his Paramaswarat is the Lord of the universe. So in reality, the Shiva is also the Paramaswarat, Saha Aksharaha, is the imperishable Brahman, is non-dualistic Brahman, is Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Then you may ask, then why there are so many names for him? Then why there are so many different aspects of Shiva has been explained, has been taught, has been portrayed in Hindu mythology, Indian mythology? Because we have got different mindset, we have got different natured people. So based on our nature, based on our thinking, just like electromagnetic spectrum, if you take every X-ray, Y-ray, gamma ray, alpha red ray, they've got different frequencies and they've got different wavelengths. So similarly, just like they have got different frequencies and wavelength, and we do have got different frequencies and wavelength based on our mindset, based on our thinking, based on our nature, samskara, tendencies. So we have portrayed, we have explained, or we have realized, we have experienced God in a different shades, and we have portrayed that, okay, Shiva is like this Paramapurusha, Shiva is Samba, Shiva is Shankara, Shiva is Mrutyunjaya. All these things has been explained. Then are they not? Yes, all of them are Shiva and is much more than this. That's what we have to understand. So according to spiritual aspirants' nature, tendencies, samskaras, they try to portray the gods and goddesses, or they try to portray the Almighty in a different way. So before getting into the mythological aspect, when you say word Shiva, what does it signify? Shiva means from Sham it comes Mangala Swarupi. Means he is full of auspiciousness, full of divinity, full of goodness. Full of goodness is a good. Shiva means good, auspiciousness, and is a ever pure. There is no iota of impurity in him at all. For example, if you make a golden bangle or a golden, ring or nose ring or earring and all, you have to mix something. In a pure gold, you cannot make it, so it will be made a sort of alloy. But in Lord Shiva, if you see, is a ever pure, completely free from all dirts, dross, or impurities. There is no sin at all in him. There is no black dot at all you can see in Shiva. He's a completely pure personality. He's the purest person ever seen, and is all pervading, and is the embodiment of grace, is the embodiment of compassion, is the embodiment of divinity, is the embodiment of auspiciousness. All these meanings can be attributed or can be deduced from the one word Shiva. Why? Because this word Shiva comes from Sham. The Sanskrit syllable Sham means what? Is a Mangala Swarupa, is Ananda Swarupa, is Shuddha Swarupa. Means is full of auspiciousness, is ever pure, fully pure, completely pure, and is blissful in his nature. He is not sorrowful in his nature. He is blissful in nature. And Sh means Sham. And E, if you see, E means what? Is Ishvara, is Paramatma, is the Lord of the universe, is the Lord of all the beings, and is the Lord of everything, sentient and insentient things, living beings and non-living beings, either for matter and mind, for energy, for everything is the Lord. And Va, if you see, Sh, E and Va, if you see, Va means what? He is the Amrita Swarupini Shakti, means is the primordial power. With this primordial power, the creation is happening. That's what according to the Tantra Shastra. That is one of the school of Indian philosophy, they say. And that primordial power, even the Shakti is nothing but the one aspect of Shiva only. And how the Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, Advaita Vedanta especially, how does it explain the word Shiva? They say that Shiva is the Parabrahman. Shiva is the supreme soul. Shiva is the supreme spirit. Shiva is the goal to be attained and is the path, is the way in which we go to attain the Shiva. So Shiva is the goal and the Shiva is the way, Shiva is the path and Shiva is the pathfinder too. And actually, in reality, he doesn't have any form. He is Nirvikara. And is Paramashuddha Chaitanya Swarupa. Is full of consciousness and is full of pureness. But still, philosophically, when they discuss Shiva has got two aspects. Again, for all our understanding only. One is Nishkala, the other is Sakala. What is this Nishkala? Means he's complete in his form. He doesn't have any form at all. Is ever present, is omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, and is ever perfect, is completely free from all the dirts, and is complete in his nature. That's what Nishkala you said. And Sakala means he has got different aspects. Just like a mountain has got, from different angles, it appears different way. Similarly, Shiva also has got different aspects. Maybe like Shambhu, Ishvara, Shankara, Trambaka, Mrityunjaya, Layakarta, Rudra. Of course, I will explain all these things. So all of these are also, they have got different aspects of his personality. That is called Sakala. Different parts are different aspects. Because he has got, and also why these are they not contradictory? No. Because we cannot explain what is he actually. Further there is a beautiful story. The story goes like this. The creator called Chaturmukha Brahman has been manifested from the navel portion of the Vishnu, it seems. He is the God who is he sustains the universe. He takes care the universe. He maintains the universe. Both of them were talking each other. Immediately, there was a huge ray of light. Both were amazed. What is that? They started exploring it. What is that? What is that? Then they understood that. They heard the voice, that Shabda Brahma, we say, Shabda Brahma. They heard the voice that I am that Shiva, I am that Sachidananda Swarupa. Then both of them, they tried to find the beginning and the end. The Brahma started going so further, and he tried to see the end, and the Vishnu went down to find the beginning of it. But both of them, they were unable to find either the beginning of that fire or the light and the end of the light fire. That means what? We cannot, means it is symbologically told that we cannot explain what Shiva is in reality. Why? He is beyond mind, beyond intellect. He cannot be comprehended. How much ever we try to explain him, how much ever we use all our brain, all our intelligence to explain him, but still we cannot say that only this much or this is Shiva. Why? Because he is much more than that. Many different aspects we are not able to find, we will not be able to understand. Probably even in the Purusha Sukta, we understand that. The Lord has been appeared only 1/4. 1/4 has been appeared and we are able to comprehend, and 3/4 he has not appeared and we are not able to comprehend. Only 1/4 has been comprehended by the entire mankind of all the philosophies and of all the different religions till now, because that much only he is manifested and 3/4 is unmanifested. So we do not know what is he in reality. So from this we can say that in reality we cannot say, but still we cannot leave that because we are interested, because of inquisitiveness, we would like to know who is Lord, who is God Shiva. If you say, then he is called Paramaswarupa, Paramashuddha Chaitanya Swarupa, is Paramas Virat, is Hiranyagarbha, and is Brahma, is Vishnu, is Hari, is everything, is the Lord of the universe, is the Lord of all the demigods, is the Lord of all the gods and goddesses, is the control of the universe, and is the ever compassionate towards the human beings. Now I was mentioning that there are different aspects of Shiva. I will try to explain few aspects. Generally, Shiva is also called by Shambhu. Shambho, Shiva Shambho, Mahashambho, Swayambho. Like that, there's a beautiful song in Sanskrit. Shambho means what, you know? Whoever worships the Lord, the devotees, for him, for such type of devotees, for the devotees, he bestows all their wishes. He gives happiness for them. He gives pleasure for them. He gives peace for them. Whatever their wishes and prayers are there, it has been fulfilled. So he blesses the devotees by bestowing happiness, peace, and all their wants. That's what Shambhu means. Then Shankara. Shankara means one who bestows the auspiciousness for everyone. I want to be happy. I want to be pleasureful. I want to achieve many good things in my life. Fine. If you worship Lord Shiva, definitely he makes it possible. And Mahamrutyunjaya mantra we know. Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiva bandhanat mrityurmokshiya mamrutaat. In the Trambakam, the first word itself, Trambaka. What does it mean? Trayambaka. It is of three. It is a fusion of three things. What are that? One is Dana Shakti, the power of knowledge power, Icha Shakti, will power, and Kriya Shakti, action power or power of action. The fusion of all these three things are nothing but Trambaka and nothing but the Shiva. Shiva is the fusion of these three great energies: knowledge power, will power, and action power. Now, whoever has got all these three powers, they can achieve anything and everything, isn't it? Now, for an example, some of us, we have got Jnana Shakti. Oh, he's very intelligent. He knows many things, but there's a lack of willpower. Icha Shakti will not be there, lack of willpower, so he cannot achieve many things. And some has got knowledge, fine. And for some of them, they have got knowledge, they have got willpower, but they don't put into practice. They don't put into action because of their own reasons. Then also they fail. Some have got knowledge and some have got, they try to put into action, but at the same time, because there is lack of willpower, so much They feel that today I will start doing some plans, they will do 1 or 2 days, they do, or third day they won't do because of lack of willpower. So when all these three energies has been fusioned in a beautiful way, in a synchronized way, in a systematic way in us, then we can achieve anything and everything. That he, the Bhagavan, the Lord Shiva, resembles this, represents this. What is that? Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Icha Shakti. Knowledge power, action power, and will power is the embodiment of all of them. In him, it is completely present. So whoever worships him, so they can also get all these three things. He bestows knowledge, he bestows the supreme knowledge, I am that Brahman, or either secular knowledge or spiritual knowledge can be got by his blessings, and volition, that is Icha Shakti, willpower can be got from him by doing his mantra japa or whatever, and Kriya Shakti, I want to perform actions. He's a man of action, we say that. So such type of action, if you want to, by worshipping him, by his grace, you can get them also. Then Layakarta. Layakarta, immediately we say that, oh, is the dissolver, is the destroyer. This is known very clearly in Indian mythology. It is actually, according to me, it is a misconcept, or it is we have not understood properly. Here, destroyer or dissolver, that doesn't mean that the whole world will be destroyed. No, it is actually every material is going to its source. Just like we go to every day, night, we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, we go to our source. That is the reason when we have a good sleep and when we get up, our body and mind feel fresh because we go to our source. That is our real nature. So similarly, when we say destroyed, God is the Ishvara is the Lord of destroyer. Destroy is a destroyer, is the dissolver, is a Layakarta. That means what? From the unmanifested state, all this world has been manifested, and the world again goes to its unmanifested state. That's it. It's not that it completely destroys. For example, with the help of nuclear weapon, you destroy the world. So even like that only the Lord also destroys the world? No. Instead of that, it goes to its original thing, and it goes to its source, it goes to its original material from which it is made up of. For example, I will give one more example. There was an ocean. There was a -5 or -10 degree. As a result, the water got solidified and became ice. Then slowly winter finished, summer started, temperature slowly got increased 2 degree, 4 degree, 5 degree, 10 degree, 15 degree, then all that ice got melted into water. The water was never destroyed, rather water was converted as ice and in another form, and because of rise in temperature, again the ice got melted to its original source as a water. So from the world goes back to its unmanifested state. This is the actual philosophical meaning, but we are unable to understand. We say that, oh, Lord Shiva, he opens his third eye and the whole world will be destroyed. Just like nuclear weapon destroys the place, destroys the country. So similar way, even the Shiva is also the destroyer of the world. Like that we say, it is not the destruction, it is a dissolving, means going back to its source. Returning back to its unmanifested state. That's all. Then there is again one more beautiful Sanskrit line or Sanskrit couplet is there. In that they describe the Shiva as is Vedanta Saraha and is Sandohaha. What is that? Is the essence of Vedanta. Oh my God, again Vedanta. What is this essence of Vedanta? What is the essence of Vedanta? Vedanta Saraha means he is the essence of Vedanta. The Lord Shiva is the essence of Vedanta. Means what? Is existence, consciousness, bliss absolute. Is Satchidananda Swarupa. Is Parama Purusha. That is the Vedanta Sara. So the essence of Vedanta means again is Satchit Ananda Brahma, Pragnanam Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, we all say. So that is that Brahman is Shiva, nothing but Shiva. And Sandohaha. And is a Saguna Vigraha. Sandoha means Saguna Vigraha. He has got all the divine qualities. Whatever the possible divine qualities is existing in this world, that's all is the embodiment of all the divine qualities. All the divine qualities has come from that. Means he is the embodiment of all the divine qualities. And is from him all the divine qualities has been manifested. After saying this, probably I will take even a Sanskrit couplet I told. From there, I would like to discuss some more philosophical aspects regarding Shiva. And before going to it, probably I would like to answer your question, some of you or whoever is hearing online. So probably you may get in think, then Swamiji, then Shiva is wearing a matted hair and he was wearing ashes and he's sitting in the smashanas, that is a cremation grounds, they all say. Then what is it all? Then is it all lie? Or is it just a poet's imagination? Or is it in reality, whether it exists or not? Then, yes, you can say yes. That means what? There, the Lord is, by all these things, the Lord is trying to show, or our sages have tried to show by expressing or by showing or by portraying the Lord in the Lord Shiva in the particular form, the transitoriness of the world, the impermanence of the world. The God and God alone is real. He alone stays. The consciousness alone is real, and this whatever the world is there, everything is temporary nature. It has come from the source, from the unmanifest, and again it goes back. So it is not in reality, the world ceases to exist. Why? Because it is coming at some point of time. It has been emerged or it has been manifested in that particular time, and again it goes back. That's what we say, pralaya, destruction. It goes back to its original form, isn't it? For example, pot. Mud pot or pot made from clay. If you break it, what happens? It becomes a clay, it becomes the soil again. The stone, if you crush it, it becomes a soil. And still, if it goes on sizzling out the silicon, what happens? The atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, then you go slowly, energy, then consciousness. Means it goes back to its source. So the whole God and God alone is real. In reality, our consciousness is alone is real, and everything else is temporary, or they're not in reality. They don't exist, because if it has to be exist really, it has to exist at all three times. It doesn't. So to show the temporariness of this world, they have portrayed the Shiva in that particular fashion. Now let me take one Sanskrit couplet, a beautiful poem on Shiva, or a beautiful bhajan on Lord Shiva. Pashunam patim papa nasham paresham Gajendrasya krutim vasanam varenyam jatajuta madhye spuradranga varim mahadeva mekam smarami. I shall remember him. Smarami means I shall remember him. Here I shall remember him means what? Okay, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Like that, 108 times I shall do morning and evening. I shall remember him. Is it like that? Or whenever I feel difficulty, or whenever I am in distress, let me remember Shiva, Lord Shiva. In that angle, or from that sense, is it told that let me remember Shiva? No. Here actually, I will remember Shiva, I shall remember Shiva means it is not that I take his name when I am in distress or in difficulty, or whenever I like, or whenever I remember. No, it is I shall meditate on his real form. I shall meditate on his effulgent form. I shall meditate on his universal form. What is his universal form? Satchitananda, Vedanta Sara. Okay, and here, so what is his form? So the author is trying to explain. Pashunam patim. He is the lord of the animals. If you see the literal translation of this Pashunam patim Sanskrit line, it means is the lord of the animals. Is the lord of the animals. That's what we can see in the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization. In the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro civilization, if you see the seal, whatever we have got thousands of years before, in the seal, in the lotus posture or in the cross-legged, in a yogic posture, Lord Shiva is sitting and he has got horn-dressed hat-like, and animals are surrounding. That means it's Pashupati. Actually here, Pashu means what? We have to understand. If you, whoever knows Sanskrit little bit more, and whoever knows the Sanskrit grammar, and whoever knows the meaning of the words, Sanskrit words, then you'll be able to understand. Pashu means Pashyati iti Pashuhu. One who is capable of seeing is called Pashu. So that means what? Human beings are not only Pashus. Of course, human beings are also animals, of course, we are Homo sapiens. So it is because birds are also can be Pashus because they can also see. Beasts are also can be called Pashu because they are also able to see. Even worms, they also can be considered as a Pashu here because they can also see. Human beings, animals, birds, beasts, worms, all of them, and celestial beings like Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Yakshas. There are so many celestial worlds among. There are so many celestial beings are there. Even they are also able to see with their subtle body, with the help of the subtle body. In the subtle body, in the subtle way or subtle body, they exist. Even there also be. They also come in this category, the Pashu. One who sees, one who is capable of seeing. Of course, some like reptiles among them, like snake and all, they can't see, but they can feel by the help of skin. So all of them come into this category called Pashu. Means Pashunam Pati means is the Lord of the animals, means is the Lord of everything. Animals, birds, beasts, worms, reptiles, mammals, human beings, celestial beings, for all of them is the Lord. See, in this one word, Pashunam Patim, such a beautiful, such a grand meaning is there. Pashunam Patim means is the Lord of everyone, of every being, every creature. And also one more meaning, if you go again, Pashu means what? Pashyati na chintayati. One is capable of seeing, but he or she or it doesn't think. Oh, I am saved here because I think, so I am not under this. No. Actually, here the chintayati means actually we don't think properly, rightfully all the times with the help of discrimination. What is right? What is wrong? What is correct? What is incorrect? What should I do? What should I not do? All these things with the awareness, with consciousness, with the mindfulness, I don't think most of the time. And also we can say, Divyam dadamite chakshuhu pashyame rupam ishwar. That's what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. O Arjuna, I shall give you special eyesight, insight, from which you will be able to see my universal form. I may have physical eyes. I may be able to see this physical form of the physical things, physical objects, no doubt. But in reality, I am not able to see or visualize, experience the ultimate truth. Because the real insight has not been opened, because it has been covered by ignorance, delusion. So, Pashu means Pashyati na chintayati. Samyak chintayati na. Means it can see, but it cannot think rightly, properly. So all of us, we come into this category. So for such people, he bestows the right view, right understanding. That's what Dhi we say. That's what Viveka we say. Intuition, discrimination, right thinking, right view, right perception, right knowledge, right, all these things what you say. So that who is the bestower of this thing, he is called Pashupati. And also if you see, Pati means is the Lord, means he's the caretaker of us. When we are in distress, if you pray, yes, he solves our problems. When you are in difficulties, when your mind is turbulent, when your mind is fixed in the so much pain and sorrow and so many things which it is beyond your control, when you take shelter at him, when you pray for him, definitely he helps you to get over from this, to come over from this, to raise your mind from all of these problems. Because he protects you, he nourishes you, he takes care of you. That's why also he can be said that Lord. So Pashunam Patim, in this just in two words, we can go on thinking in so many ways or in so many angles. Then Papanasham, the third word is Papanasham. Means what? He removes, he destroys our sins. What is sin? Even in Christianity, the whole Semitic religion, if you see in the Christianity, the original sin, they speak of so much. But our Vedanta say, it is a sin to call that man is a sinner, we say. Because man inherently, essentially, is a divine being. Amrutasya Putra. But still, we are embodied souls, we are Jivatmas, we have done a lot of sins. We have performed all many wrong actions, wicked actions. So he is the remover of, destroyer of all our sins. Now, what we can be called sin? According to the Advaita Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, the original sin is ignorance, delusion. Who am I? I have forgotten my real nature. That's why this cycle of birth and death. That's why so many problems I have to face, difficulties I am facing. Again and again I am taking birth and again I am dying, taking birth and dying. And in the middle, so many things I am enjoying. I am enjoying suffering, achieving and not achieving. All these things are coming. So the original sin is ignorance, delusion. So that, but if you take the shelter at the feet of Lord Shiva, then he removes this ignorance, original sin, that is ignorance. The other is Arishad Vargas, Kama, lust, Krodha, anger. There's all reactions. Because of Kama, Krodha comes, anger comes. And by trying to fulfill the desires, what happens? We get lobha, we get greediness. I want more, I want more, I want more. Then what happens? Your mind is covered with the moha, delusion. What is right? What is wrong? I don't understand. Just I want to fulfill my desires. I want to fulfill my greediness. Then if you're able to do that, then you get pride. Yes, I can do. Arrogance. Then if I'm not getting and someone else is getting, then I am jealous of him. I've got stinginess in this. Isn't it? All these things can be seen. All these are called Arishad Vargas. They are sins. And we human beings, we individuals, we have got all this problem. We have got lust. We have got anger. We have got greediness. We have got delusion. We have got pride or arrogance. We have got jealous or stinginess. So many things. So many things, isn't it? So all these things are sins. And if you take shelter at the feet of Lord Shiva, when you worship him, when you pray him, when you remember him, when you do japam about him, Om Namah Shivaya, when you pray to him, when you take shelter at his lotus feet, all these sins can be removed. It can be destroyed. It can be cleared. That's why he is Papanasham. Then I've got a lot of bad tendencies, bad impressions in my mind, bad thoughts, wrong actions. All of this because of this Arishad Vargas. All these things can be checked by taking shelter at the feet of Lord Shiva, by remembering Lord Shiva. And there are so many people who have got. There are so many asuras. Like for an example, Ravana is one of the great demons. He also got grace of Lord Shiva. And there are so many asuras who got the grace, blessings, boons from Lord Shiva. So that's the reason, if you want to destroy all your sins, impurities, and if you want to become a pure person, rightful person, discriminative person, and if you want a moksha, mukti, emancipation, and all our sorrows should be removed, afflictions should be removed, checked, then the Lord Shiva is the one of the best person. Let us take shelter at his feet. Let us remember him. Let us worship him. Let us adore him, by which we will be able to get away from this. Then Pashunam Patim Papanasham Paresham. What is this called? Paresham. Paresham means Para Isha. Supreme Ishvara is the Supreme Lord. Oh, because probably you are the follower of Lord Shiva, so you are saying he is the Supreme Lord. I am the follower of Vishnu. For me, Vishnu is the Supreme Lord. And I am the follower of Durga. Then she is the Supreme Goddesses for me. Oh, I am the follower of Jesus Christ. For me, he is the Supreme Lord. No, I am following Islam. So for me, Allah is the Supreme Lord. If you say, I laugh at it. Because either you call Ishvara or Parameshvara, Jagadishvara, Shiva, Shankara, Vishnu, Durga, Devi, Allah, Jehovah, Jesus, you can call by any name, but the God is only one. We are calling by different names based on our religions. So here Supreme Lord means he is the control of the universe, is the sustainer of the universe, is the creator, and is the taker of all everything. That's why he is called Paresham, is the Supreme Lord. From the highest aspect, from the highest philosophical aspect, is being considered as the Supreme Lord. And of course he is. Means all divine beings, all celestial beings, gods and goddesses are under his orders, his control. Whatever he tells, whatever he dictates, all of them, they try to follow. So he's the Supreme. He's the Supreme Lord. Pashunam patim papa nasham paresham. Gajendrasya krutim vasanam varenyam jatajuta madhya spuradrangawarim mahadevam ekam smarami. And he has blessed many people. He has blessed many beings. He has blessed infinite creatures even. So whoever takes one, either may be animal, or a beast, or a cow, or a ox, or a human being, either a male or female, girl or boy, whoever takes shelter at his feet, then everyone can get his grace because he's such a open-minded person. He's down to earth and is full of compassion, is full of auspiciousness, is full of goodness. Such a person is Lord Shiva. So we should understand. And he is the supreme abode. And he removes all our ignorance. And even is the bestower of the Ashtasiddhis, they say. What are these Ashtasiddhis? For an example, we have got Ashtasiddhis, powers, 8 powers. What is this 8 powers? One is anima. Anima means ability to become the smallest, tiniest particle. Like you can be the tiniest particle or matter, material. If you say from the substance point of view, from the matter point of view, it is an atom. You can be even the tiniest than the atom, it seems. Such power is there from the anima, is the bestower of that. If you want, if you worship him, you can get it. Then garima, becoming heavy, maybe like a stone, heavy stone, or heavy iron piece. If it becomes so heavy, even you can be the heavier than that. That is called garima. Laghima, weightless, lighter than the air. If you got this laghima power with you, you can be lighter than the air. In the air, just like a aeroplane goes, you can fly in the air. We can see in the life of saints, in the life of sages. Why? Because they have got this power, laghima. Then mahima, you become a gigantic personality, gigantic, physically I'm still gigantic personality. Probably whoever has studied, seen the film of Hanuman, when he wants to jump towards from Rameshwaram to Sri Lanka, then he takes a big leap, then he becomes a gigantic person, or a big personality. He grows physically, isn't it? Why? Because who has got this Mahima Siddhi, they can do that. Then Prakamya. Prakamya means it is the ability to achieve whatever one desires. I want this, I want that. Anything can be achieved by this Prakamya. And Prapti. Prapti means getting the desired object. Now, I desire so many objects. It is not that I can get anything and everything, but in this Prapti, you can get it. And Ishitva, ability to control the nature. For example, now in the Dublin, we have got a gust of wind. There's a cold and wind. I don't want. Even if I say whether I want or I don't want, I don't have anything to say. I can put the room heater, that's all. But I cannot say, oh wind, I don't want this gust of it, stop it. No, I cannot say. But whoever has got this Ishitva Siddhi, even he can stop the wind, gust of wind, he can stop the rain, he can stop the scorchings and all these things. And Vashitva. Vashitva is conquering the nature, conquering the people. This Vashitva who has got, he can master the nature, master the natural resources, and also master the people. Whatever they say, people start following him. A sort of hypnotism also can be said. So all these powers, this also can, if you want, you can get it by worshipping Lord. Means Bhoga and Yoga. The material benefits, material comforts, and as well as the yoga, the spirituality, the God realization, self-realization, spiritual advancement, both of them, either the spiritual advancement or the secular advancement, worldly enjoyments, all these things, any of this if you want, by worshipping Lord Shiva, you can get it because he's the Lord of the universe, is the bestower of all our desires, prayers, and wishes. And in reality, is the Sachidananda, is the Paramatma, is the Parameshwara. Such a great personality, unique personality, gigantic personality is Lord Shiva. Let us all try to understand who is this Lord Shiva. So it's not confined to any particular religion, particular caste, particular creed, particular country. Whoever from any part of the country, any part of the globe, any part of the universe, if they sincerely pray to him, all their desires and prayers are fulfilled, wished based on their quality of the prayer. So let us all, and Tuesday we have got Shivaratri, again auspicious day. We shall all try to, every day we have to worship, we have to think of God, and that day, since it is an auspicious day, we shall all try to worship him, we shall all try to remember him as much as possible, so that let us get more and more his grace and visions, and let us, our life be blessed. And in the Vedanta Society also, we are from 6 to 8:30, we are observing Shivaratri. I explore this opportunity to invite all the devotees to come and make use of this spiritual atmosphere and get benefited spiritually of this Mahashivratri. If at all, if you are not able to come, you can also online participation you can do. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.